It's a time for more packages from China. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. Super Console X, there is so much stuff we can talk about. It's one big jungle already, because they are cranking out a lot of these devices. So recently I did a review about the Super Console X Cube, but there was always one thing I really hate about these things. And that, my friends, are the controllers. They are like freaking chemical, really horrible. But it seems to be that they are listening to me, and yeah, they have released a new controller, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so this is a new controller and they sent me with in combination the Cube, and I wanted to check it out because I am curious if they finally going to give us like a better controller. What I understand, they want to upgrade like new models with the Max or the King that are reviewed here on the channel with these new kind of controllers. So I'm curious how and when and all will work out, because now if you're going to buy in kit, it's highly possible you're going to get the old school chemical controllers. And oh boy, they did go all nuts with the bubble wrap again. Wrap the metal wrap. So let's do a quick unboxing, or quick unboxing. It seems to be they're giving out a different color. Okay. Freaking finally. Okay, so the new generation of controllers, I'm very curious. They're also going to give us new colors. I don't know if they're going to give you this white color and black. Maybe they were going to give us like different options. It would be cool. It also includes the toilet paper manual with some explanation how it works. Now it's quite simple in my opinion, because you're only having a dongle that comes with it. You just need to plug it into the device itself that you want to use it for. In this case, the Super Console X. Okay, so each controller will get a dongle. The other thing, I don't know if he did it on purpose, but I'm getting this feeling like this one is slightly heavier. We're going to check it out later. But let's take a close look how it feels. The shoulder button are okay. The D-pad feels kind of sturdy. Select start mode, A, B, H, Y. But the first thing I'm noticing, indeed, like the controllers, like we're going to get like the same joystick like original PlayStation 2. So that's very convenient, on and off. At the back we're going to get the compartment for the batteries, 2x AAA. Nothing have changed here. So let's take a close look at this one. Feels the same. I do get a different dongle with this version, so let's get my weight scale because I'm curious now, and also going to do a side-by-side comparison with the first generation. Okay, so the first controller, there was no battery cover. This one weighs 107 grams, and I told you like the other one weighs a little bit heavier. Oh, absolutely, 154 grams, so that is interesting. So I don't know if he did it on purpose, but he just sent me two different controllers. That is kind of strange if you ask me. So let's grab ourselves the first generation, and let's weigh the chemical first edition, and also this one is 107 grams. So when you're looking at this chemical edition, the first, and the newer edition, the weight itself is the same, but this version was quite heavy, 153. Why is that? Alright, so we're having the first model over here, and when you're looking at this, it was a quite horrible experience, simply because it's so chemical. It still smells chemical, and we didn't have this issue anymore with this. I must say, like, it's always like a mixed bag when it comes to the controller quality, especially the joystick. But I can feel and I can also see like the differences. So the joystick is shorter with this one, and you can see like it's a very long joystick. And the feel is way better when it comes to the newer generation. So I'm very pleased to see that they are listening to me. For the D-pad, that is something we need to test it out. It feels slightly better with the fake version, but let's grab ourselves the other one. Let's say the heavy version. So when you take a close look at the quality, the touch itself is just way better. Also here we're going to get a short travel bottom. The same goes with the joysticks. They are like slightly different. So here you can see like we're having a lot of differences, and the D-pad feels also way better. before we're going to test it out, let's do a quick teardown. Just want to see what are we going to get in the inside. What are the differences between the old and new model, but especially when it comes to the two models that he sent me. And I'm curious, and I hope you can explain to me why I got two different versions. And which version are you going to get in the end? Because I know like with the Max they wanted to change them out because the old controls are really horrible. And let's be honest, if you're going to spend quite a lot of money on a kit, you just want to have decent controllers. Otherwise it's more like, why should you even buy a kit? You can rather get yourself like a Console X clone or an Android box and just grab yourself some own controllers from the shelf. So let's open it up very gently. Okay, so I was expecting this, like they are looking really cheap in the inside, but this is like the cheaper model. Let's open up the other one, because I think we're going to get rumble function with the other edition. And look what we're going to get here. The other version is heavier because there are rumble motors inside. I know like with different controllers, when it especially comes to the original ones, I know like there are two different motors in, like one for the, let's say, the minor vibrations, another one for like the big ones, and they're giving like a completely different dimension, but here are just using the two same ones. I don't know if it's going to be a good thing. There's already some corrosion here on the rumble motor, kind of weird if you ask me. And let's see, let's take a close look at the main boards over here for the joysticks. Yeah, you can see like this version has been made in 2018. There is no production date over here. I'm not going to do further teardown because I think it's pretty pointless. But just wanted to give you a peek in the inside between the two controllers. So I'm curious which controller we're going to get in the future. I'm hoping the one with the rumble function. But of course we're going to do a side-by-side comparison with the chemical version and the new edition. Just going to grab the both ones without any rumble function. That's the reason why all of these bloody things are so lightweighted. And when you're looking at the specs of this, let's see which year it has been made. It has been made, alright, in 2018. So I would not be surprised that the same manufacturer make these controllers. But yeah, this one is just a super chemical plastic and they smell, including my hands now. Ugh. Okay, let's put them back together and yeah, let's do a quick side-by-side comparison with the gameplay, of course. Because how will they play, especially when it comes to the D-pad? Because I am a D-pad guy. Alright, so let's try the first controller. So I need to point out these controllers are like not the worst I've played. Like we have these PS2 Fake controllers like with really horrible joysticks. Those D-pad are just freaking unplayable. Or it's more like a personal handicap at the moment, but they're quite sturdy. These cheap D-pads. But when you're especially having the touch of the buttons, here we're going to get the biggest difference. I don't like them at all. Okay, let's switch to the white edition just to see if this thing plays better. Okay, so let's try the different version. So the biggest difference I noticed, like the touch of the buttons here are like shorter and way responsiver. The shoulder buttons are okay. I find the D-pad more responsive than the previous model, especially when doing the moves. I don't have this feeling that I am having a handicap anymore. So if they're going to replace them with this controller, I will be pleased. They're not chemical, so my hands don't smell chemical all freaking day with these freaking controllers. Let's see, I can do the other move. Of course, with the analog stick, that shall work. Okay, so let's grab the one with the rumble function. Let's see how that one works. Okay, fun fact, so when I plugged it in, so the other controllers noticed that it was configured like an Xbox 360 controller, but this one is configured like a PC and PlayStation 3 controller, so the encoder board inside the controller is different. Yeah, that's just a fact, because it doesn't work, and this means that I need to reconfigure it. So let's do that first. So when I wanted to switch between the controllers, I also noticed that it didn't work. I showed you. So the first thing that we need to do is like reboot it and configure. If everything works like it should be, we're going to get the welcome screen, hold the button, and we need to reconfigure everything. So first the D-pad, start select, let's try A, B, X and Y. left shoulder buttons, and we're trying to configure everything. So sometimes I did notice, like with the thumbstick, we're going to get some issues. It seems to be that it works right like it should be. Okay, what is it? What was that? What was that? What was that? I messed it up. Up, down, left, right, up, down, left, down. Oh, that was the thing that I used. Oh, okay, left, right, and of course we're going to check the hold key with select. But we can fix it, like Doggy says over there. He's always barking when I'm making a video. We can fix it by going all the way back, and then we're going to use the left thumb. I can redefine it again if you want to. Come, redefine it. Ah, thank you. Left thumb. Okay, so we can fix the issue that I did. And let's choose it like this. Okay, everything has been fixed. I just wanted to show you if you mess it up what I did. Okay, press OK. And that's it, we're ready to go. So let's do the testing again. Okay, so after testing everything, I noticed like my up and down didn't work with the new controller. And this is simply because due of all the switching between controllers, and this one does it using different encoder. Press 2 joysticks, here we can get in the input menu. If you can't reach it here, what you can do basically is go to settings, press A, go to input, and here we can reconfigure all of the, let's say the keys itself. So the thing that you need to check out, remap controls for this score. So what you need to do, if some things doesn't work, like auto configuration, turn it off and set your own for this score and this game. To begin with, let's go to port controller 1. Here we can set it up, and my problem was the D-pad up and down. I fixed it by pressing A and configuring it for this core. So this concludes this part. So let's test out the controller. There was a lot of setup that I needed to do and fixing, because again, it was a different encoder. That can give you some problems. So go check this way, save it up, save controller profile. That is very important. You don't need to forget it, otherwise it will not be saved. Press the pause joystick and we can go on with the game. Oh, freaking finally. So after tinkering around, I got everything working, including the up and down for the D-pad. But how is my personal experience? So this controller feels slightly better than the previous model, like the first white edition I've shown you. Of course, it's not chemical. It's comparable with the PlayStation 3 fake controllers I've reviewed here on the channel some time ago. The D-pad is very responsive. The only thing is like the touch is feeling like freaking sandpaper. The buttons are short travel, very responsive. All the moves come instantly out without any problem. Let's see if we can do my Shoryuken. Works like a charm. But the thing is like the controller, it's way better quality, and if they're going to deliver these controller kits or let's say Super Console X with this controller, I think you will be happy. So the new generation of these controllers are not bad at all. Still, they're not compared with PlayStation 2 controller, but this is getting really close. Okay guys, so this is what we're going to get, 3 different controllers. So I don't know what is the plan behind it, if they're going to like never selling these horrible chemical controllers again. After 7 months it still smells chemical and I really hate it. But the new version plays better, the D-pad feels slightly better, it's still not perfect of course. There is no rumble function. They are making it in the same year, like 2018 if I recall it correctly. But they play slightly better because of the minor upgrades. But of course, they wanted to sell like with the Max and the more expensive kits, they're going to sell like the PlayStation 3 knockoff controller. Because it's a PlayStation 3 controller in the end. Yep, it is. I must say that I am pleased when it comes to the quality. Quite interesting that we're having 2 the same rumble motors. And when you're looking at an original control, I can remember we have like a small and a big rumble motor for giving like a different effect to the rumble. An overall nice controller, plays very well, very responsive, feels a little like sandpaper when it comes to the D-pad, but I'm very pleased with this new generation of controllers. No chemical controllers anymore. But I thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit the little bell, become on the Wicked family, and I will see you in the next video.